special thanks to the Christian Children's Home of Ohio for sponsoring the third place. For more information, go to ccho.org. That's ccho.org.
Christian Children's Home of Ohio provides a safe environment where children can find healing, discover hope, and experience unconditional love through certified trauma therapies designed to meet the needs of each child. Our 165-acre Worcester campus includes 4 cottages that are home to as many as 46 at-risk youth whose lives have been turned upside down by abuse, neglect, and trauma. We focus on helping residents build skills to live productive lives and reintegrate back into the community.
This is the Third Place Podcast. I'm Brian Dolan, and this, of course, in her throne, on her throne,
Yeah.
Lauren Cuevas.
Just like the Lord. Home is your first place, work is your second place, and this is your third place, where the Christian community in Northeast Ohio gathers.
Now, we have with us throughout the entire episode today 2 fabulous people. We're going to be talking about some important things happening at City Mission and happening to people experiencing homelessness a little bit later. But first, let me introduce you to 2 ladies, even though my fingers say 4.
I was going to say.
2 ladies.
2.
You know her as the Czar of Fun of the City Mission. Her official title?
Nobody knows.
Senior Manager.
That's right.
When you hit your mid-40s, it's...
You become senior.
When you hit your amazing stride in the workplace, Senior Manager
Yeah,
of
you tell 'em.
Community Engagement.
Senior Manager of Community Engagement, Jamie Buxton.
Yay!
And you ought to introduce the lovely young woman next to you.
I'm so excited. This is our summer intern, but she rises above all the rest.
Yes.
Sydney Lamott.
Yay!
Sydney Lamont. So tell us a little bit about who you are. So your background and where you're from and all that.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Bay Village, Ohio, and I go to school at Hope College in Holland, Michigan.
Okay.
And I'm home for the summer, and I get the privilege and the honor to intern at the City Mission with incredible people like Jamie here and so many others. And I'm just really happy to be here.
That's so great. Can I ask how old you are? Or is that rude?
Oh, no, Brian, it's always rude. Why do you do this?
Well, everyone's
She's
wondering.
in college.
She's in college.
Yeah.
She gives you a range.
So so your
gives you your
college
range.
age. Okay.
Yeah.
So
She's a rising senior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you say that in
I guess.
college?
so for me, it was a 5th-year senior. Is that what that means?
That means loser.
That means she just finished her junior year and she's going to be a senior. in the
Okay.
fall.
I don't keep track of all that.
But you
Now,
would have been
I was
rising senior twice.
I was just in college for a long time. Yeah. Now, if you hear any phrases that don't make sense to you because you got a bunch of old people over here, you let us know and we'll translate.
Lauren's not old.
Like before,
Too
Jamie
much.
was talking about Tupac, and I'm all just like, I don't know that she even knows who that is.
Everybody knows
Do you know who
Tupac
Tupac
is.
is?
See, I told you.
All 3 of us just did the same thing.
I was like, Sydney probably doesn't know who that is. But we're not talking about that. We have to
No,
resolve.
we can't talk about that for lots of reasons.
We have a number of very important / not important at all issues to talk about.
Very,
First one,
yeah.
Some of both.
you had an issue with your microphone as we were starting.
We did.
And you said, don't worry, Lauren, I know it. And you told us the rhyme that you know. Tell us the rhyme.
Tighty righty, lefty loosey.
That is absolutely incorrect. You can't hear it,
putting
but I
voice.
just played you a trombone sound.
What's the trombone sound? Oh, that, okay. Tighty righty, lefty loosey.
No, it's lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Because what does
First
that
of all,
sound
it's-
like?
Tighty whities.
What, yeah, we talking about boxers or briefs here? Is that what we're talking about?
It's lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Absolutely. Or righty tighty,
You
lefty
say it that
loosey.
way?
Yes.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Yeah. Every time I go to the host to
Tighty
turn
righty,
it off.
lefty loosey.
Tighty
Now-
righty. I just
don't
feel
like
like that's
that.
not appropriate. I don't think anyone should say that. I wonder if is that a regional problem?
I don't know. I just feel like I don't think I changed it. Like just me personally. I mean, I feel like this was bestowed upon me.
Here's how we can solve this problem.
Should we call my dad right now? I'm just
We really could. We have a little Bluetooth thing on here. We really could. But I think we should ask Sydney. No pressure. I mean, she's really
Do you
not your
even
boss
know
or
this
anything.
rhyme?
Yes, I do, and I have to say it's lefty loosey, righty tighty.
And that's decided.
Fired as my
And that's
intern.
that.
You're fired.
This is your last podcast.
You're going to have to talk to your parents. They let you learn this
Yeah,
incorrectly. That's a little
What's
awkward.
going on?
Well, you know, my mom is a little awkward, so
We love your mother, Penelope.
I know. I know.
Now, I've gotten in trouble from my children for teaching them wrong phrases.
On purpose?
It's one of those where, no, they would say it wrong, I'd correct them, and then they would get upset with me as a child. And I'd be like, fine.
Then just keep
Keep
saying
doing it
Burger
wrong.
King. Yeah.
Like, for example,
I was gonna say you got one.
I might have to explain this one to you, Sydney. So, in the olden days when we had VHS, which is a way to watch movies, okay?
You can find it in my parents' basement still.
You'd want to be kind and
Rewind.
rewind. So when you want to see something again on television or on
rewind.
Netflix, you rewind.
Or I rewound it.
Yeah, and that was fun. I like that you did that. So my kids would start saying "pass backwards."
For rewinding.
Pass backwards.
Pass backwards. I feel like for them it was a literal interpretation of what's happening.
Rewinding back.
You're passing backwards on the screen. It's not rewinding because there's no tape rewinding here. This is digital.
Right.
Right. And so I'd be like, hey guys,
It's still
like
rewind.
guys, by the way, no, it's actually rewind. No, it's not. You know how kids are. No, it's not.
It's passed backwards.
And I was like, fine, call it
Keep
whatever
saying
you
pass
want.
backwards.
And I'm finding out they stop eventually when they get made
They
fun
get made
of.
fun of, yeah. For saying pass backwards.
And they deserve it because they didn't listen to me.
But aren't there some things when you're a parent too that, especially when your kid is little, they say something cute the wrong way?
Yeah, so cute.
And then I'm like, I'm not fixing that. So Micah used to say Soder Michaels for motorcycles. And I was like, whoever corrects him is dead to me. Like, Soder Michaels is the cutest thing I've ever heard in my
That
life.
is adorable.
And it was so cute. And he was old until, I mean, he was in school. And I was like, okay, it's all right now.
Yeah, Trey used to say chickle-flay.
For Chick-fil-A, for
Yeah.
those who don't know.
Chickle-flay.
Chickle
That's so
flay.
cute.
And I didn't correct it, but he's corrected. He's self-corrected now. I know. very
Now,
upsetting.
I do want to talk a little bit about parenting in the summertime because some of us are doing that.
Yeah.
This will be for your parents, Sydney. Just
They're
kidding.
parenting you in the summertime.
You were trying to remind me that I threw you under the bus recently, and I don't remember this. So you're going to have to
Yeah.
remind me in public.
Yes. We were looking for a place for a studio. A third place, if you will. And we were going back and forth where we want it. So Brian put on Facebook like, hey, we're looking in these areas if you know any place that would be willing to have us have a tiny room for our studio. Someone reached out, and they were not in the area that we wanted.
I'm waiting to remember this. I still don't.
They were not in the area we wanted, but it was going to be like a free place to do it. It was going to be almost an over-hour drive for me. Maybe it was like 50 minutes. And Brian's house is 45, so I said, Brian, if we're going to do that, I may as well just come to your house. Like, we don't need another place. I would just come to your house and we would record. And so then I said, and also we have guests from Cleveland. That'd be really, really far for them. And he replied to the man, Lauren doesn't want to travel that far.
Of course I did. Yeah.
You did
Yes!
not in writing, in
Yes!
an email, or a
Yes!
text. Either way.
Yeah.
Brian, that
He
is.
said, Lauren doesn't want to travel. I was like, that is not what I said.
I
I said,
mean-
we don't need another location when I could just go to your house that already has a studio.
But to borrow a phrase from you, it's what you said adjacent.
Not really.
It's
no,
near it.
she was caring about other people in addition to herself.
Because, okay, Scott Lessing coming all the way from Middleburg Heights out to where that was, it'd be way too far.
Listen, now here's how it worked out, though. Go ahead, tell them the end of the story would
And
be
the story is, it's 5 minutes from my house, this location.
5 minutes. What are you walking?
Yeah, you're right. It's about 2 minutes.
Maybe one. And I am driving from. Where am I driving? Garrettsville.
I was going to say, do you not know where you live?
No, I almost said James A. Garfield High School, which I'm not driving from there. I don't know why I would say that. But because I'm a giver, and I
No,
throw
this
you under
is-
the bus.
This is the perfect location
This is
for
what-
the right price.
Yeah, and somebody has to be close by, and you have little kids,
So true. I can zip on over here.
and you don't want to travel, and
He said,
It's very close to my house, so when he doesn't want to travel,
it'll be
guess
us.
who will?
That's right.
Now, and speaking
our
of you, many people have been concerned about your recent
you.
unemployment. You were on the show so much, our old show. They've been asking you
Yes.
about being unemployed now when you're not.
I am totally employed and have been employed for quite some time. There's been no hiccups in that. I was not paid by Moody or Mornings with, or you guys. Yeah, like I did get a gift card one time from
You did?
from Josh. Yeah, he
Oh
gave
yeah,
me
I
a
was
Starbucks
like,
gift
I didn't
card.
give you one. I don't know.
No, you didn't. He loves a good gift card. Is what you
Yeah,
said.
Josh loves giving gift cards.
I love receiving them. It was great. So, but no, I have a job. I'm good. Thank you for caring.
But you're still going to be a big part of this because you had one of the highlights of our gag reel.
Oh yeah.
We did. People love. I had a number of people say to me
Oh, that
when
was
we
your favorite part.
released that, like the outtakes, them say, "Oh my goodness, Jamie Buxton made me laugh out loud."
I guess I've been looking for the funny reel, and I don't think I've seen it.
Well, you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, so.
So you don't know what it is.
Maybe not on YouTube, but I watch everything on Instagram.
Those are teasers, Jamie, to get you to go to the YouTube.
But where's the
I think
You
that's
don't, you don't
the
know what I
boys in
used?
back in town?
Yeah, it's that one. So I didn't have yours in there because it's just the first 3.
Okay, so then it's
So you have to go to YouTube to watch them.
gotcha.
Because
I thought I did though.
you said it,
I'm,
and I
I'm
laughed
an
so
old
hard.
lady. I think we all know this.
Is it on the interwebs? Is it somewhere there?
I actually said the Facebook today, and Sydney was like,
Oh my god.
my
I
gosh,
say it to
Sydney.
laugh
Oh my
at
gosh.
myself.
Are you okay, Sydney? That was a lot.
I say it to make fun of myself. I know that it's, but yes.
But no, so
The
you
Instagram.
I had to beg you to let me use it, and you finally relented. But you're like, and I put on this nice shirt. No, let's be clear. It's not that I was
she
walking
said,
around without a shirt on.
I put on a shirt for this.
Everybody who saw that laughed so hard. It was like pure, unfiltered Jamie Buxton, which is why it
Well,
was so
that's
great.
what happens, unfortunately. I actually just got caught on Game Changer because, I have all these boys who play baseball, and so there are serious dads, you know who you are, that buy video cameras. So behind home plate, there's a video camera, and you can live stream the game, right? I have an app where you can watch the kids
That's
run.
intense.
Like, there's an app where, like, someone's taking notes of what's happening.
What?
And so you can
For
watch the
kids'
game,
baseball?
but then you can pay extra to have the video, and then you actually have a live
I
video
got
of your
it.
kids'
Okay.
game. Okay,
Because
so
if you couldn't
I'm
be there or something.
yeah, but I'm always behind home plate because I'm that mom, which means what you say when people don't mute their game stream is for everyone to hear. And I actually just got in trouble a few weeks ago, and my mom was sitting next to me, and I said something along the lines of, it went from a really cold morning to hot, and so like I shimmied off one of my undershirts without being seen,
You
like
did that magical girl trick.
yes, where you can like take your arms out and flick off.
I don't know
but
how that. I still don't get
so
it.
I did that behind the camera, and somebody goes, "Wow, you did that really good." And I was like, "Well, I'm a cheerleader. I can get changed anywhere." And my mom was like, "What did you just say?" And then somebody called in from home who was watching and was like, "We just heard Jamie on Game Changer."
You are one of those moms too. Do you scream and yell a lot?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
like,
actually.
I've debated sitting next to Sarah at all at soccer games.
Oh, I'd
Is
see. I'd
she
sit far
crazy,
away.
mom?
She's pretty intense.
No, I
She
don't.
gets
I could
going.
see that.
I have
see her yelling.
decided that I'm going to be the positive mom. And
that's
so, because I did lose my cool. Actually, at that particular game, I lost my cool with an umpire.
In multiple ways.
And then yes, I did. I lost my hot, actually. I went back to the whole stands and was like, that was not very Christ-like. I'm very sorry. I really did, because I did lose my cool. I didn't say anything all that mean. I was like, oh, so we just trying to get in the little boy's head. Stay. He's 9 years old. You're making him cry out there. And I just stomped around a little bit. But I did come back and apologize. But later on this year, we were in a really intense game, and another little boy, not my little boy, was out there pitching, and I just was cheering for him. I just could not cheer for him. It was really high intensity, and I was like, come on, Colin, come on, Colin. And after the game, I went up to him, this tiny little boy, he's 8, and I grabbed his little cheeks. I was like, do you know how amazing you were? He just threw strike after strike. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, and I was cheering for you. You were so awesome. He's like, I heard you every word, Mrs. Buxton, and I liked it. And I was like, I will never be the mom who yells mean things. I will always cheer, even. And I was like, so Colin won my heart, little Colin.
Oh,
He's like, I liked it.
Cute.
and you grabbed his little cheeks.
I did. He's so cute.
How could you not?
He's so cute. Little Colin.
Can we circle back to the magical girl trick? Like if my life depended on it, I cannot take off a shirt under a shirt. I don't understand it. I don't think I'll ever get it.
I'm sorry for you.
Is that like is there a special girls' school where this is taught?
I don't know.
Just regular school.
My boys will not change in the car, and I'm like, it's really not that serious. I would do it from the driver's seat. Like, come on.
But they're
maybe
too
there
shy.
is.
They're too shy.
They're like, oh my gosh, someone might see in the window. I'm like, okay, careful what you're doing. I mean, I don't know what to. It's not that serious.
Oh, kids.
You're never
But
gonna
no,
see those
nobody
people again.
teaches you that, I guess. I felt like I learned it, and I know you didn't. I learned it through cheerleading because
She was in softball.
same thing.
Does that surprise you? Whoa. Same thing. We had this debate the other day.
Don't you
What?
dare
What?
say cheerleading is not a sport.
He tried to, Jamie, and I said it was.
Now, are we talking about
you,
are we
Lauren.
talking
I did.
about competition cheer?
Well,
Are we
I was a
talking about-
cheerleader who also competed. Yes.
Okay,
He
so
did try to say this, Jamie, and I said it was a sport.
competition cheerleading is very athletic. It's like gymnastics. But like
Yes.
doing that dumb clap that you're forced to do, that's so weird. Like,
You can't do it very well. So.
and then it's like, so like, someone is throwing a shot put so far, someone's running a race really fast, and someone else is going, let's go, L-E-T-S-G-O, let's
they're doing it in unison
go.
with defined. I had a coach who I promise you taped plastic forks to our wrists so that if you did this, you got poked. So you tell me that I was not learning how to be athletic. Okay, that's torture.
Yeah, that doesn't sound ethical. And I don't
That's bad.
I don't think it makes it a sport. I don't think it does.
I said it was a sport.
Just because you're sitting next to her.
No, on our last episode, I did.
I think competition
Rewind the
cheerleading-
tapes. Pass backwards the
Rewind.
tapes.
Pass backwards.
My wife was a cheerleader.
Yeah, I know.
Should we share a picture? I think we
Sure,
should.
go ahead.
And I'm gonna end right now. Picture. Isn't she cute? She's the cutest.
She is.
Okay, that's
Now I
not
really
why
want
we're
to
here.
see the picture.
Well, you will eventually when the episode comes out, if you can find it on the internet, which has been a struggle for you recently.
I've been waiting for my gag reel, and
It's been there for like 2 weeks.
It's been a highlight for many Americans. Jamie saying, "Let's be clear, I was wearing a shirt."
I even put on a shirt for this.
and then he made me stand up and show my athletic shorts with the nice shirt.
I don't think I made you stand up.
You did.
I didn't keep that in
he
the
has
gag
a
reel.
selective memory. He didn't keep that in the.
You did.
No.
Because I was like, I'm wearing athletic shorts.
I really do have a selective memory.
You do.
It's a problem. I can't believe I made you do that. Stand up and show your athletic shorts. But one of the things I wanted to chat about today is I used to look forward to the summer. Now, Sydney, you should take notes because you can go home and I think with tears you can apologize to your parents.
Oh my gosh.
You can manufacture them, it's fine. But I used to get excited about summer. Summer is horrible. Summer is horrible. Not the weather. It's the idea that the kids are no longer in school. They're out of a routine. And they just bother me all day. I love them, but leave me alone. Can anyone relate to this? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate that I can relate to it though, because I still do think it's going to be summer. It's going to be great. I'll get all my work done early, and I get up early. I'm working at 6 a.m. so I can be done. We'll hit up a pool, but that has not happened at
No.
all this summer. And every moment is them literally sucking like any bit of life that is left in me out. And in fact, yesterday, my 9-year-old said to me, "This is the worst summer of my life. You're not taking good enough care of me, and I'm running away." And he went and hid in the garage.
Did you pack for him? Tell him to leave?
I just wheezed a little, sorry. And I was like, "This is the worst summer of your life?" Like, and
Now,
I'm not
why
taking
was
good-
it? What was his reason?
Because I'm working, and he wants to be doing stuff all day long.
Well, you've worked every summer of his life.
I know, but I don't know what.
He can't do stuff if you don't work.
I mean, you tell that to a 9-year-old. Yes,
My
I know.
favorite is when, I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before, one of your children wanted to go to Dollar General like every day. He was asking you in the summer.
It's like they think my job is to become an Uber driver in the summertime and like take them places.
Well, it is.
Can I sit down? Can I sit down once today? Like I used to be able to come home to quiet and nap and do things. I can't do things now because they're all,
No.
and they're lazy.
Oh my gosh.
They sleep in all day, and when they finally get up, they make food and then leave all the stuff over the counter.
At least they make their own food. Mine just, I'm starving. You can't, there's nothing to eat. Sean went to Sam's Club and bought everything microwavable that maybe they'd eat. He had some real misses, though. He did have some real misses.
Name one miss.
tried.
Name one.
Chef Boyardee. I was like, when have we ever fed our kids SpaghettiOs or canned spaghetti
Yeah, no,
and
they're not
meatballs?
eating
And the
that.
boys were like, and it's not even the real cans. It was like in bulk, and you pop the lid and put it in the microwave, you know?
Yeah, no, they're
And
not
I
eating
was
that.
like, yeah, no, those are, the boys were like, that's disgusting. That's like dog food. I'm like,
And also, they're very small. They're kind of like snack size, really. for
yeah,
your
I
boys.
mean,
Sounds like
yeah,
Sean's
Judah
having
would need
that.
5 of those. Yeah. But, so yeah, he went and bought all these things, and they're still like, we're dying, and you're not feeding us.
There's
And,
no food here.
you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I have a kid who he knows he can manipulate his mother into making him things. Like yesterday, he comes up to me, Dad, can you make me 4 pieces of toast?
I love that it's 4 right from the get-go. Way to go.
Because we have a double toaster.
Yeah.
And because that's all he eats basically in the summertime is toast. And I'm like, what are your hands broken? You're in 6th grade.
Like, let's
Make
just make some
toast.
toast.
This isn't hard. Well, but like spreading the jelly is really hard. Is it? Is that hard? Do your kids do this?
Yes, but I will say on the flip side, yesterday I had made some pizza bagels because I was feeling generous. So I put some pizza bagels in the oven, and I was in a meeting, and the pizza bagels were, of course, inhaled. And once I came out, I was like, "Is there a pizza bagel left?" And one kid was like, "No, Micah ate them all." And then there was passing, and I was like, "So there's none left?" And Gideon came in with the last one, and I was like, "Just have it." And about 15 minutes later, he came in with my favorite snack, which I didn't even know Gideon could do this, guys. He got out rice cakes, put peanut butter on it, cut up a banana. Now, the banana pieces were pretty thick. And I said, "Oh, you forgot the honey." And so he got the honey, and it was the cutest thing.
And then he left the packaging for all of
Oh,
those
everything
toppings
was out.
everywhere.
Yeah,
and the
everything
banana
was-
peel probably not in the garbage.
No. And then he comes back, and he was enjoying the peanut butter. And I promise you, it was, if it wasn't a half a cup, it was close, of peanut butter on a spoon, and it was dangling off. He's like, "You think this is too much?" And I was like, "You eat every lick of that."
He probably did.
He did.
See, my Theodore likes to make Nutella quesadillas, he calls them. He doesn't really want the bread, so the quesadilla would be, there's no cooking involved. It's just a tortilla, because that's what holds half the jar of Nutella.
Nutella.
And
he wants
eats that.
Nutella, but he needs somehow to hold it.
Yeah, he needs a way to hold it other than his hands.
That's
So,
really funny. We talked about this because I made fun of you. My boys just eat the tortillas.
Oh, yeah.
We'll come home and think we're going to have a taco night, and there's
Nope.
not a tortilla
They're
to be
gone.
found.
I'm fully aligned with your children at just eating tortillas.
You just eat a plain tortilla.
Oh, yeah. One time I was doing some survey for work, and it was like, "What's your favorite this and what's your favorite that one?" It was like, "What's your favorite snack?" And I was like, "Eddie, what's my favorite snack?" And he said, "Tortillas."
Like, it's just, there's not a whole lot going on there.
It's good.
Is it?
Do you eat tortilla chips as a snack?
Yeah, I like
Okay,
it as
so-
a vehicle for salsa, though. I don't like
Oh,
to
that's
eat
so
them
true.
plain.
I like, if
You
they're
like
really
plain
salty.
Yeah, see.
Well,
I
yeah,
like the salty, crunchy. Sometimes I'm craving that.
If it's not got queso or salsa, I'm good.
So, okay, what's the solution of summer parenting? Just deal with it?
Just,
I don't know.
Give
Don't
up?
try to do it.
Don't-
Sean goes, "You just need to go to work." Like,
Just go in.
And I was like, then they'll just come home and they'll
follow
be
me.
dead here because they're so neglected.
Can't eat?
I came home once, and this was back before my oldest daughter was in the Army, because now she would probably be embarrassed that she did this to me. I go in the kitchen, and they're both standing together in the kitchen, weeping,
My favorite story.
just
Weeping?
crying. And I'm like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" There's nothing to eat here. I'm like, there's like no food, and there's like nothing we want, and it's like you never go shopping. And I was like, "Excuse me." There was leftovers. There was so many things you'd have to actually try to make. But
Oh,
it's not what they wanted.
leftovers. No go.
What is with it? Kids
I
these
don't
days,
know.
Sydney. Do you eat leftovers, Sydney?
I do, but I have to say that I'm not, even at the ripe age of 21, I'm really not great. Like, I still come home sometimes and say there's nothing in the fridge. I will have to say.
Repent.
But I've gotten better. I've gotten better. But I don't
Because
know.
let's be honest. Number one, that's not true. And number two, it just takes a little effort to make something. You put the things
Anything.
together.
Right.
I remember one time, this was recently, It was the day before grocery day. My husband opened the fridge and said, "Are we poor?" Because I was like,
Eddie.
I was like,
Yes.
"No, we just have to grocery shop."
Oh, well, I tell my kids we're poor all the time.
Yes, and we have to grocery shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad, get this. No, we can't afford that.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, my
Sarah
gosh.
wonders why they ask her for things all the time. It's because I say no.
Yeah, obviously. I always ask my mom for stuff.
See, I'm the flip in our house. I know that's going to be hard to believe, but Sean will, if you go to Mark's with him, you're getting whatever you want. Anything you want is coming home with Sean.
You guys go to Mark's?
Sean is the shopper, first of all, and he is very detailed. He starts at Aldi, then he goes to Mark's, and then if he has to go somewhere else, like Walmart, goodness forbid, somewhere like a Giant Eagle, that would be totally last on the list.
Okay.
But Sean will be gone for hours. It's just his way to leave us and get a little time alone, which he gets all day, every day. He comes home and he's like, "Why are you so cranky?" I'm like, "Because I'm trying to keep the kids alive and trying to keep a job, and I'm trying to."
He's over there going to Mark's, trying to get through the aisles that are like 1 centimeter wide. It's true.
And he comes home with all of his stuff. Yeah. Sean also loves a good Ollie's trip where, like, it's probably expired, but he doesn't care.
Ollie's.
My kids are eating Halloween cereal right now this morning from Ollie's.
Are they? Oh, I love it. Yeah, way to go. Wow.
We gotta
Yes.
get to the back to school bash.
Sorry,
We gotta get to the back to school bash.
Okay, but one more thing, though.
What?
Jamie did find a way to get out of mowing. Does your intern know about this?
I don't know. I don't brag
She
about.
kept taking chances, risks on hills with the riding mower and flipped it. She rolled the riding mower while on it.
At least 2 times,
2 times?
maybe more.
She's like, I could take this hill.
I love
fall
taking
off?
the hill. Oh yeah, I've fallen off a couple times. and so just this last week I was like, "Geez, Sean, can we get the lawn mowed?" I was like, "Because we know I'm not allowed." He's like, "You are not allowed." Like, I think he hides the keys from me now because I love a good lawn mow because nobody talks to you out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get a tan.
pretty
You're
great.
accomplishing
Yeah.
something. It's like all is right with
I
the world.
think
but
about you every time I
I'm
mow.
not allowed to mow the lawn.
Every time I approach a hill, I'm like, well, I don't want to tip over like Jamie.
And I'm like, take it out of turtle mode and go. We're in bunny mode. Let's go. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, and let's take it out of turtle mode and get into summer bash mode.
Before we do that,
What?
if you like the show, you gotta rate, review, and subscribe. Okay, because that's how people find us.
I wasn't following
Rate,
along.
review,
Are you
and
gonna put-
subscribe.
A way to subscribe right here so I,
guess
can
we
go
will
just
now.
like
Try
I'm
that
Vanna.
hard.
Is that how it works on the interwebs? Can I click
Because-
from the Facebook to YouTube? No.
Yes, you can. If you don't rate a podcast, people can't find it, okay? So you gotta like subscribe
knows.
and review so it gets bumped up. And if you love the show, you can become a Patreon monthly member and you unlock free episodes, behind the scenes content, the Moron moment.
I love it.
You're getting a bunch of videos from Daria about like what she's doing, her pregnancy, Jimmy stories, and pause for prayer. Okay, so head over to patreon.com/the third place podcast, or it'll be in the description of this recording, and become a Patreon member. Okay?
And hey, Lauren,
What?
special thanks to our sponsor,
Yes.
Christian Children's Home of Ohio, who gave us these fabulous shirts. Hold on, I'm thirsty.
You should do yours too, Lauren.
We love our sponsor at Christian Children's Home of Ohio. Imagine,
Cheers.
and I bet our friends at City Mission are big fans of this as well. So imagine a child who's never had a stable home, now sleeping safely, receiving therapy, and hearing that they are loved and valuable. That transformation is what Christian Children's Home of Ohio is all about. With over 50 years of experience, they provide safe spaces for healing and growth through the love of Christ. To read stories of real-life impact and learn how you can support our sponsor, Christian Children's Home of Ohio, you go to ccho.org. ccho.org. And if I do the same thing I did before, the logo is right here. It's right above my head, right here in this area. It's not there. It's here.
We'll see what Lauren chooses.
No, Brian edits the video, actually.
Oh,
and,
dadgum.
I know.
You know how to do that?
Hey, kind of. Now, if you we have an opportunity to be sponsors, or is that's later?
It was later, but
It's
we can
later.
talk about it now.
Okay.
Since you brought it up. If you'd like to be a sponsor of this podcast, like CCHO, we'll wear your merch.
But you don't even have to be a nonprofit. You could be a for-profit.
No, yeah.
You could
We'll
be
take
like
anybody.
Jim's Plumbing.
Could you
I'll
just
hold on to a
be
wrench.
Jamie Buxton and I make you shirts?
Will you give us money?
You have to pay for the sponsorship.
Okay.
But
You're out.
on our website
I'm out.
at stainedglass-media.com.
Give me the side eye for that.
stainedglass-media.com. There is all of our sponsorship packages. So go check those out. If you want to become a sponsor, just email me. Okay? My email's on the website.
I was going to say, you forgot to mention that.
It's just too many. I just don't want to say too many
Dashes, slashes,
links. And,
.coms, yeah.
So go to our website. We'll also put that into the description. And you can email me if you want to become a sponsor.
Do you want to explain your side eye about the website? Go ahead.
We started this company together over a year ago. And the first thing we did was get a website, obviously. Brian would not let me do stained glass .media. And it's just a .media website?
No one has a .media website. Laura, Jamie's already confused. She didn't know you could do that.
What? Oh, her eyes are like stuck in the
So-
roll that they're rolling so hard.
So we went back and forth. And
I want a .com.
stainedglassmedia.com was not available.
Don't even go there. I'm sure they're nice people, but it's a lame
That's
site.
not us.
Yeah.
So we had to do stainedglass-media.
-media.com. I wanted a .com. You get it, Sydney. Sydney
get it.
gets
Oh,
it.
But
I
I
get
do
it.
understand why
I
you
get the
wouldn't want the
.com.
dash.
I know.
But if you're choosing between a dash and a .media, Sydney,
I mean, it's .com. You want a .com. I get it.
she's 21.
Just for the record,
she understands.
Even I know if I would have just started that, the computer's going to finish it anyway, so you don't even need the .com. Stained glass media.
You're over there still doing like HTTP
I am not.
/:/
www.
Listen, there's no www. Okay.
But okay,
I'm with
shifting
Lauren
gears.
on this, for the record.
Thank you.
Just to be clear, my old lady ways.
The two old ladies.
Lauren is not old.
She's
You
getting
are
there.
the oldest person in this room. We've gone
I don't
over
know
this.
if that's true though.
You are older than
What
me.
do you
We have
mean?
talked about this.
What do you mean you don't know if that's true?
You are 48.
I am 40, not 8.
She's not 40.
I'm less than 48.
47.
A lot less. I'm 44.
I mean, 44, 46.
48.
I mean,
they're all
to
numbers.
Sydney,
I am
it's-
closer to 40 than I am to 50. So you are the old man.
No, but I mean, honestly, when you're 21, mid 40s is
80.
like basically buy a grape plot. It's over. It's like you are like grandparents now, which we are not. By the
I'm
way,
not. Like, just to clarify,
Kids?
we're
not. So
we are not either. And just to also clarify, we are not either.
but we're about the same age. Okay, so
No, we're not.
so we have a big thing happening in August at
Yeah.
the City Mission, which, by the way, the lovely and talented Lauren Cuevas and dainty
Dainty, of course.
Lauren Cuevas is now an employee of.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Yes.
So now you guys are colleagues and
No, isn't it
friends.
fun?
I don't know. How do you feel about it so far?
I feel great.
Do you think I'm the same person?
Yeah.
Are you surprised at what a jerk I am in the workplace?
No, you're not a jerk.
Do you have to refer to her as ma'am because she's the senior manager of community engagement?
If she called me ma'am, I would kick her under the table.
No.
Hello, Mrs. Buxton.
No, she does
I'm gonna start
not.
doing that.
She did put in a calendar invite, though, Czar of Fun.
Yeah.
I have a meeting later today.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so you're both working at City Mission.
Yes.
With Sydney.
With Sydney.
Sydney is interning at City Mission. Yeah, she's probably hungry because she can't find anything to eat there. There's nothing.
That's actually not true. There's
I-
snacks
there's
everywhere.
actually
at
lots
City
of things to
Mission.
do.
Yeah, I call
Lots
them
of-
snack centers.
Yeah, I was a little like, we don't. Stained Glass Media does not have a snack center, and I'm a little upset about
Because
this.
you don't take the garbage out.
Yeah, we'd have.
It's because the CEO of Stained Glass Media has not provided me with the garbage yet.
I literally said I was going to take you to lunch today.
The CEO has not provided me with the garbage. I can't put garbage anywhere. She comes in and complains about the garbage, and I'm like, I don't have a garbage.
That's an empty box right there.
Brian, if you don't get to the back to school bash like right this actual second.
Back to school bash.
Back to
Tell me
school
about
bash.
the back to school bash.
Well, first of all, Brian, since you helped us transition so well,
I'm not in radio anymore. I don't have to do a really smooth radio
I
transition.
think people would be shocked to know that right now, July to August is our busiest time of year, meaning that this is the time of year that we get the most phone calls at the City Mission because moms are panicking for two different reasons. Already they're thinking about back to school, right? Because we just talked about how hard it is to have the kids at home and we're like, when are they going back? But that
And none of the
elicits-
shoes fit.
nothing fits and nothing's cool.
I have
and
nothing
it's all,
to wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of those things elicit a lot of fear and a lot of worry for moms, right? Even a mom in crisis worries about those things. You want to provide for your kids, and so they're worried in that sense. But also this time of year, lots of families, especially in Cleveland, because we don't see tons of homelessness out on our streets. There are tent camps. I know those exist, but I don't think many people are seeing those. But lots of families are living doubled up. They're living with friends and family. And about this time of year is like, okay, the kids have been home for 4-6 weeks. It's like, when are you leaving? Because this is not working. When the kids are in school, this is tolerable, like that you can live here and be doubled up with our family. But they're starting to burn out here, and fights are happening, and even well-intentioned, loving family members who want to help you. So this becomes a time when moms are panicking. So this is even above winter. This is the time of year we get the most phone calls every single day.
And see, people probably thought it was winter because
For
it's
sure.
cold. Everyone's like, oh no, it's cold out.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
right now.
cold.
Yeah, this next month and into the beginning of August will be the most phone calls that we get. And so, we're just really, really aware of this, how hard this time of year is. But that doesn't change the fact that we're full at Laura's home. We've been full, and we do want to prepare and, get our kids excited about going back to school. So we have done a back to school bash for as long as I can remember.
I think we were at the last couple.
Yeah, you have been part. You've been part of people dropping off school supplies. Yeah.
I think that was the time when awkwardly Roy from Galvanized and Scott Lessing from Grace Church,
They took over the show, yeah.
they
That was last year.
they took over the show and they
They
had a
really
competition.
rained on my parade, guys.
They really did. And then the year before that, I was 400 months pregnant.
Yeah, but you surprised us and came to
I
town.
did, I know.
And I think I made some rude comment to Jamie about it being hot out or something, didn't I?
You actually made a reference to how disgusting I look.
I did not say that.
100. You didn't say that, but that is what you said.
Sydney is
you not
outraged
remember?
by
I remember.
Because I was a sweaty hoss.
I do.
Because I got
Sydney.
there.
I didn't.
I would have never
You
thought.
sure did.
I would have never
He did.
thought.
He absolutely did.
I don't
and he
remember
absolutely
exactly
did.
what it was, but it was not like, hey, you can really tell how sweaty and gross you
It
are
was
right
so
now. Like,
awful.
it was,
No.
it totally was.
I feel like it was more like, hey, it looked like you're pretty comfortable over there.
No,
or
it was something like, oh, JB, you've been working hard this morning. Yeah.
And
Really?
sweat
Yes,
is pouring. My
yes.
hair is wet.
It was 5 in the
And
morning, yes.
Yes. Yeah, it wasn't even. I don't even think we were live yet, because I had been there since 3:30 setting up with Alan.
Yes.
But it's because we're just such great friends that
Yeah.
I thought it'd be okay to be rude.
Obviously, it was not, because I'm still carrying it with me right
Lauren,
this second.
don't look at me like that. I'm sorry.
But you were very pregnant, so at least you didn't say something to you.
Oh,
I
I
was
knew better
happy
than
to
that.
take one for the team that day.
She did. Like we were doing a live radio show. Sydney, you're gonna sympathize with me now. She got up and left. She went out and hang out with all the moms from Laura's home and
Yeah, I held
abandoned the
babies
show.
at Laura's home, okay?
Whole
Sorry.
show. I'm
What
over
are you
here
saying?
like,
I'm there with you the whole time.
I know.
You're acting like you were left by
I
yourself.
know.
Daria,
Ron was there, Daria was
I
there,
had guests
Jamie was
for
there.
every 15 minutes joining you, and you're seriously? Not only did I have the slots
I went and
filled,
held babies.
I set up the tents, my friend, and the tables and the chairs.
and if I'm
You're
gonna,
not-
I'm
you just
actually,
need to be done.
I'm actually good at deflecting. Our station manager was sitting in the station vehicle,
with the air,
air
blowing
on.
on.
air conditioning on, watching the show in the side view mirror.
And he was texting things that needed to be fixed, which also sent you into a pregnant rage.
That's right.
Anyway,
All that to say,
you've been
it's
a part
hot.
of Back to School Bash.
People get frustrated. They get kicked out of the homes they're in. See how we're circling back now?
No, I don't. But I
And so-
appreciate the attempt.
Laura's home with the City Mission needs school supplies.
We need school supplies. You can find the list on our website at thecitymission.org. Not com, not media. Thecitymission.com.
No, org.
Org. Dadcom. Tidy righty, lefty loosey.
For a split second, I thought you were going to bring up Tidy Whities again, and I was a little concerned.
You can find all the information on our
Yes.
website at thecitymission.org.
We'll put links in our
and
descriptions.
all kinds of fun stuff. But we're still looking for people to sponsor, like the bounce houses that we want to have. We're looking for small groups or even youth groups to make your own carnival game and come set it up, pass out Tootsie Rolls or pencils as prizes. Like, we make this a really big deal. So it's 2 hours of our kids walking around having a great time. And then we're hoping that a church will sign up to just create like a red carpet for us. Every church has a red carpet or some.
Do they?
I don't know. Or you have the stanchions at the church,
So true.
right?
So true.
Okay. Stanchion.
I know that word.
Yeah, it's like
The metal poles?
like the poles, and it has like the rope between them.
Like at the movies in the olden days?
Yeah, or like when you're walking through a line at Cedar
They're
Point.
also
Okay,
called
sorry.
They're also
Stanchions.
called tents of barriers.
Never heard that word before. Words.
Dash. Tents of
Whatever.
dash barriers.
We want a church or an organization to create a red carpet, and then you get to be the group that says, "Here comes Jamie. She's sporting a My Little Pony backpack, and she's heading
Brian,
into
you
the
could get
third
that.
grade."
Oh, I would have fun doing that. Well, I don't want. I guess it's rude to ask on the recording, but I would really like to do that.
Okay.
Now, will Sydney be making an appearance at the Back to School Bash?
It's Sydney's last day.
Oh.
What?
So I'll be there. I know, it's actually really, I can't think about it. I get really sad when I think about my last day, so.
So,
See if
we
she
gotta make her
changes
a
her
rep.
tune by the time she has to go.
well, when you say hello to Sydney at the Back to School Bash, be like, I know it's a little bit of a sad day. We're not going to talk about it,
Yeah.
but we love you, Sydney. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Now, do you want like last year's mostly used notebook
No.
and chewed up pencils?
Brian, you know this.
I
All
know.
new.
I'm just asking.
All new. Everything that we do at the City Mission, while we do take gently used clothes, everything else we want brand new because we want to give dignity to this experience for the men, women, and children that are staying with us. And so, yeah, we don't need your gently used notebooks.
You don't have to go
even-
to Target and spend $16 on a pencil.
No,
You can.
go to Mark's.
Go to Mark's.
Mark's is selling that stuff cheap. Dollar General,
Tree. Dollar General.
Dollar Tree as well. Both the dollars.
You can also go to the Office Max if you still have one in your area because they have like penny notebooks and stuff.
I still get confused by those. It used to be Office Depot, didn't it? Wasn't
There's
there an
two
Office
different
Depot?
rivals,
But
yeah.
one of them's gone, and I never know which one. I search, I can't find where I'm going. It's a whole
I
problem.
think the depots are gone. That's the problem.
Just-
the Maxes are still around.
Just type in office,
Yeah,
and it'll
it
come up,
comes
and you
up.
can get those things. And do you drop them off?
Yep, we have different drop-off days on the 4th and the 6th. That's Monday and Wednesday. You'll find probably me and Sydney and some of our other favorite people at the City Mission. We'll be in the cargo van, the City Mission cargo van. So you'll just pull up in the parking lot and throw it into our cargo van.
And if it's
you'll get to
warm
meet
out,
us.
don't make any comments to Jamie. She doesn't like that. And
Hopefully,
about-
won't be sweating like a hot.
what about the? Can you do like an Amazon wish list thing?
Absolutely.
Do you guys have one, or can you just ship it to? Is it Laura's home or the City Mission?
You can ship it straight to Laura's home, but that's a great thing. And I'm going to look off camera because she won't be on camera, but we should make sure school supplies are on the Amazon wish list.
Great idea.
Great. We have someone else in the studio who did not want to be on camera.
She is lovely.
Do we want to say anything about her or not?
Her name is Sarah Hamilton, and she is the best.
Imagine, if you will, a lovely lady. That's who she
She
is.
is my partner in crime. She likes to say that I'm her boss, but we're not. We're buddies.
But technically, you may actually be her supervisor. Is that what we're
Technically, I can make her do stuff. Yeah.
saying? So, thecitymission.org, thecitymission.org. And there you can learn more about the Back to School Bash. Get those school supplies there. You can even mention that, hey, I saw you, Jamie, and Sydney, and Sarah on the Third Place podcast.
Yes.
And that's why I'm here. Tell
We
them
would
that.
love to know that, right?
I think so.
Big time.
Yeah, we'd love our listeners to support the City Mission.
Now I'm getting nervous that I haven't read something properly. And now,
What?
do we just say goodbye?
Yeah, I mean, you can thank our listeners. You can whatever you
I'd
want.
like to thank our listeners
all the people who have supported
and
us.
all the people who supported us. So many of you have supported us. We're working on a new way to support us that will not give a cut to that place that rhymes with Yo Fund Me. We're gonna find a way to give so you don't have to give them a cut.
That's right.
We're working on that. Check
And
us
let
out.
Brian know in the comments that you really want it to be Venmo and Apple Pay. certified.
Brian doesn't understand at all how any of that works.
That's a Lauren task.
Yeah.
This is not Brian's
That's a
area.
CEO kind of job.
He was asking me questions yesterday, and I was like, dude, you need to actually be quiet right now.
Stained glass, you did. Stained glass, stained-glass-media.com, stained-glass-media.com. That does it for today's episode of The Third Place.
Bye.